Good morning, soccer fans, and welcome to Stoppage Time. Joining me is my co-host Edward. Sorry, I'm out of breath. Just took a big gulp of coffee here. A little hot. Woo. So,
Need a
yeah.
little caffeine.
Joining me is Edward. How are we doing this morning, Ed?
Very well. How are you, William?
Good. Well, so I figured we'd start off talking some headlines today. Yeah, I mean, let's we'll talk some headlines, and then I guess just go kind of around the major leagues and the major matchups that we got this weekend. But let's talk Champions League real quick.
Yep.
What did you think about PSG beating Barcelona with that late winner?
That is vintage PSG from last year. They're in the game. They're in the game. And all of a sudden, at the end, they're the ones to pull out the victory. I mean, they look good again. Domestically, they're in line to win that. And they just look good. It's a strong start with the expanded UEFA. I think everybody needs those strong starts because you don't want to be playing extra games, really. You already have enough games. You don't want to be playing any extra games. So it's great for them. They look good, man.
Yeah.
They just look good. PSG, they need some of their players back, but otherwise they look good.
Right. Well, and yeah, I mean, I tell you what, they're running away with it in League One, basically. Not,
Yeah.
I mean, not. I'm not going to say running away with it, but they're pretty high. They're pretty.
They're in their typical spot.
Yeah. I guess there was a couple other games. Manchester City and Monaco.
No, it's actually
is my pit. Monaco. that's my Pittsburghese comes through.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, I mean, Manchester City. I mean, I tell you what, they does it seem to you that they kind of struggle like Premier League, but some of these other champions, leagues that I don't know, man, they seem to do pretty good. Some of them.
They do. I mean, because they're just not used to playing, that style of football. Basically, everybody in the Premier League is used to them, so they know what kind of style they play. So when they go out of league and play in these cups and stuff, it's shocking that teams aren't ready for it. But I mean, good on Monaco for drawing with them. I mean,
yeah,
Man City used to be a powerful team. They won 4 in a row in the EPL, and they used to dominate and always be in it in the European leagues, but now they're just about average. So
yeah, and I used to say now they're just your average club. I mean, really. So, Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Arsenal, my club, secured victories. Maintaining that those strong starts in the group phases. So
that's what you need, though. I mean, you have to have that.
Right.
In order to be competitive, because again, you don't want to play extra games.
Yeah.
No,
absolutely, yeah. So they're already complaining that they play all these games as it is, and which they do. They do play a lot of games. Some of them they have a legitimate gripes, I think. So
yeah, no doubt. This is a way to ensure that you don't have to. It's just win these early games because it's a myriad of opponents. It's not the big boys,
right?
So you got to take care of these. It's rare to have PSG versus Barca at the first round.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Right.
That's like a quarter or semifinal match. So good on them for being able to do taking care of business for PSG. So
right. Also, I mean, and we've said this before. PSG is they're a phenomenal club. I mean, they have the best of everything. They have, state of the art training facilities. I think $1 billion, the most, expensive training facilities in the freaking world.
Yeah.
But yet some of these, we've said before, some of these superstars don't necessarily want to stay there, like Mbappe. Why is that?
Right.
Why is that? I don't know.
I think he just never believed they were going to win.
Yeah.
For so many years they tried and they couldn't put anything together.
It's true. Yeah. And now they're starting to, Now they're becoming like almost the I don't know, almost the Yankees of late '90s, where they just it's just kind of like they're going to be
Yeah,
up there and come knock me off the mountain, basically.
yeah,
So
exactly,
uh,
exactly.
yeah, it's nice to see these clubs. I like Champions League. I like Europa because it's nice to see these teams outside their element playing these other. It's just I think it makes for good. It's nice to see how your club matches with other clubs in other leagues. I think.
Right. Yeah, and that's always a testament to how good you are. If you can beat everybody domestically, but if you're able to go abroad and take on teams as well, that means you're a really good team.
Right, exactly. Yeah. If you're able to take care of business in your league, but then go to other teams in other leagues and take care of business, your club's pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So Europa League. How about Nottingham Forest? Continues to struggle. Uh had a home loss in their Europa return. I don't know. What do you think about their manager?
Probably a change coming
Manager.
soon. Probably
I
a
mean, they
change.
would almost have to, right?
Yeah, I mean these teams. I mean it's that same moniker we have in our domestic league. It's not for long. You know,
Right,
it's not what have you done in the past. What are you going to do in the future? It's what have you done for me exactly today. And
right.
as trigger happy as American sports teams are, I think the European, especially their football, man, they'll change in a heartbeat.
Right.
They've got a whole stable full of ex managers, and
Yep. And how about Aston Villa? Got a nice victory away.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
their team to watch.
Yeah.
They got talent. They do. They always have talent.
Yeah.
So it's always good to see them play.
All right. Let's talk some of the superstars around the world. And there was a report coming out about the fitness and status of these top players has kind of been a reoccurring current theme. We talked about that. I know we touched about it. We just touched about it to open up the show about how these guys play all these games, and you know we've talked about it in recent years. I mean, how you and I have been doing this show now, what 4 years,
Yeah.
and it seems like it's a reoccurring theme all the time. Like we're constantly talking about how and like I said, these guys have some legitimate gripes. They do play a ton of matches. They do, and the seasons are very long. I mean, you're only getting, in some cases, you're only getting a month and a half off,
Oh
and
yeah.
you're right back at it. So, but
Yeah.
what about that? I
Especially
mean,
yeah. I just think that the travel is going to get on them after a while. I mean,
yeah,
Europe's not massive, but I mean, it's still you're still going through different countries and stuff. You're not going through that many time zones, but you're still on the road constantly. You know, so it's it's
right,
it's uh, it's tough. They have points. There's
yeah,
no doubt about it. I mean, what do they want? They want tired stars domestically, or do you want tired stars internationally? And now,
yeah,
don't forget, they're all prepping for a World Cup as well. So there's World Cup qualifiers. So this might be one of the years where they play a lot of games.
yeah. Oh, yeah, exactly, yeah.
So the
And
fitness and all that's going to be a major issue, I would think.
yeah, and I know we were talking about some of the in the Premier League, some of the injuries. I mean, you look at some of those. There's I know your club has had well,
Oh,
every club has had injury issues.
yeah.
So,
So what do you,
but,
which competition do you think these teams are going to like start subs? Like I guarantee you, all of them early on in the domestic cup in England, they play lesser people, right?
yeah,
You know, for
right,
the Carabao Cup and the other domestic cup because they don't really care. They've got to defend Europe, they've got to defend their domestic league, and then all their players are getting recalled, for international duties.
yeah,
So I'm telling you, this is going to be one of those years where they definitely have a gripe, because it's going to be a ton of games, especially if your club or country, fails in these early rounds.
right,
Because then, I mean, the only ones it wouldn't matter is domestically. Because if you fail in the early rounds domestically, you're just out of that cup.
Correct.
You know,
Yeah.
so, but it's going to be. I mean, we're going to see lots and lots of players. It's going to test the depth of every club all over the world. And I was just reading the U.S. Under-20. They're playing in the World Cup, and their keeper got recalled by Barcelona.
Yeah.
So he's a really good keeper for U.S. So he got recalled by Barcelona. So you're going to see that all the time.
Right. So, but I know, we're talking about, I tell you what, like I said, injuries. I look at my club. I mean, there's been a lot of, there's been, not too bad. I mean, recent years they've been worse, but you know, Gabriel Jesus, he's still recovering from that ACL. He's expected to be back at some point in time this month, which
Right.
I'm hoping that they don't know. I mean, he's in training, I know, on grass, and he sees some improvement in that, and he feels pretty good. So hopefully he'll be back. That's what they're saying, that he's going to be back sometime this month.
Yeah.
I mean, Havertz, had that knee injury, and he's been sidelined with that. Now he's supposed to be back in November. They missed him. Odegaard dealing with that shoulder injury. I know a couple matches ago, he had the legs taken out from under him and landed on that shoulder. And he's been kind of sidelined from week to week, ever since.
And he has national team duties as well.
What's that?
He has national team duties as well.
Right. Exactly. And then, Saka's another guy who's been, I know Arteta's kind of been limited in his minutes. He's dealing with something. So is Declan Rice. So they're all, they've been managing their games, because they have injuries. So, and that's, it is what it is. I mean, like I said, when you're playing in all these leagues and international duty and you're doing all that, you're gonna have this. You're gonna have injuries. It's just gonna happen. So
I think it also has a positive effect because it leaves these leagues wide open.
Right.
Domestic leagues, with all that's going on this year, I think they're gonna, it's always in a World Cup year, you're gonna get funky results because you don't know when players are going to be recalled. So we were talking about PSG earlier. They're tied with Lyon, and this is one of the tightest. I mean, they've only played 6 games, but it's PSG at 15, Lyon at 15, Marseille at 12, Monaco at 12, Strasbourg at 12. So it's really close there.
Yeah.
So I think you're going to see that in a lot of leagues.
Well, and I tell you, it even gives some other guys opportunities,
Yeah.
So, that maybe wouldn't have had that opportunity. So
if it had not been for World Cup year, yeah.
So
it's going to
be. Do we want to talk? Is there any other team? Well, let's talk any other major injuries and team news from the Premier League.
I just think that Man United's going to make a change eventually. they just can't get it right.
Longer the glory days, right?
Well, they can't. They don't have a manager. They don't have a manager who has a vision of what he wants to do. Right? You had, terrible.
Well, I said Ten Hag just sets you back years, I think.
Yeah. Well, his was an uncommon way to play, and then you bring Amarin in, who had such great success in Portugal. You bring them in, and they're even worse, if that's possible.
Well, yeah. I just I don't know. It's just because a guy has a success in another league doesn't mean, It's I don't know. It's just different, It's just different.
You're right. He played common opponents though while he was in Portugal. But you're right. So they're just going to have to make a change. And the Premier League looks great right now. You've got Arsenal with that fantastic draw, but it's 15 at top. Bournemouth at 14. I don't know how. Your club at 13, and then Tottenham, who's tied at half with Leeds right now, 1-1. They're in 4th place, but Crystal Palace is right there. They're at 12. You have Sunderland at 11, and you got City at 10, who's trying to sneak in.
Right.
So it's going to be. It looks like a pretty even so far.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your one draw is what's causing you.
As always.
You don't have that draw against City, and you're right there at the top again.
Right.
But it was a hell of a draw, though. I'll give you guys that.
Well, it was a late.
Martinelli.
It shouldn't have been. Yeah, it shouldn't have gotten into that. It shouldn't,
Right.
come to that.
Yeah.
That was just not, should have never came to that. But it is what it is. It did,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So, all right, let's talk. Let's talk transfer talk. I know. What do you think? I mean,
It's interesting
cities.
how they can still move, but you're right. I mean, they can still move because of different clubs, different domestic leagues have longer trader windows. But go ahead about City.
Well, City has just signed Savino. I know they got him to a new contract. There's, I know, in Bundesliga, there's a lot of stars that are right now,
Yeah.
Rumors of being signed and extensions and things like that. So, but yeah. So.
There was talk about Donnarumma. I didn't realize how young he is. From Paris Saint-Germain, it happened in the summer. From Paris Saint-Germain to Manchester City, he's only 26 years old, Billy.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought he was in his early 30s, but
so did I. But I was watching a clip the other day, and they were talking about it's on the Overlap, which is a great little show on TikTok mainly. And they were talking about Donnarumma's age is only 26, and somebody said, "No way, he's like you said, now he's in his early 30s." And they looked it up. He's 26. I was like, "Oh my goodness." Being 26 years old, that's amazing. And anybody could have bought him too,
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, my club, you guys are set with Rhea. But,
Yeah, I mean, I think I would hope we're built to win. I think that this is,
Well, the only problem, you're built to win. The only problem is you got to fight that injury bug now.
Right.
Yeah,
and I mean, I listen. I can't stand these people. I listen to that Talk Sport on Sirius XM, and it's primarily it's all obviously it's a UK it's a UK show, and you have UK callers calling in. But I some of these Arsenal, I'm an Arsenal faithful. I'm not. I'm not in the UK, but I'm an Arsenal faithful. Been a fan for decades. Listen, I hear all these Arsenal fans call in, and they want Arteta out of there. Oh, he can't get us to the next level. I'm like, it's not him. Like, I think he's the best. I think he's just. I think he's good. I think he's great. I think what he brings to that team is a lot. And But this is a club that had Wenger for how long? I mean, he was just, and they're used to, and there were some ups and downs,
no doubt.
But I mean, listen, I think Arteta's a hell of a manager. I think he gets those guys ready to play. He's a no nonsense, and I just think that there's just been. There's been a lot of mitigating factors that have come into play with them. So, unfortunately. So, all right, let's talk England national team. Tuchel is going to be the manager, as we know. What do you think? I mean, it's pretty. They've got some. They're pretty loaded. I mean, for sure. I mean, you've got.
I think it's tough because. There's an embarrassment of riches. The only problem England has is who do you start, how do you play them, all that stuff.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
that's always gonna be their problem.
Yeah.
Because there's no way there's enough. First of all, there's not enough balls to go around, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, it's just going to be very difficult, and they haven't really been impressing.
Not like you would think that they would be, right?
I mean, they have some of the best players in the world.
Correct.
And their results. I mean, they're going to kill they're going to kill all the youth, or all the inexperienced teams. There's no doubt about that. But they really haven't been dominant, which I thought they would be. Just looking at some of their results. I mean, They're not that fantastic right now.
No, no,
So
they're not, and it makes you wonder. I mean, it's they're loaded, but they just I don't know. There's just a lot of I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I mean, they
How
chose
they're
Tuchel obviously because he was a manager for a long time. Within England, right? One
yeah,
with Chelsea, one UEFA with Chelsea, but they played Serbia and they smacked Serbia 5-0. Up next, they have Wales, which I don't think is going to be a contest.
no,
But, they play Andorra to a 2-0. Senegal beats them 3-1. You know,
right,
Latvia, they don't really play any. Latvia, Albania, they beat Republic of Ireland. They thumped them. But otherwise, it's not. They're going to come to the meat of it right here. I think they're easily going to qualify. There's no doubt about that.
yeah.
But you look at their squad. I mean, it's. I don't know what they're going to do with all these folks.
Don't know either. Yeah,
I mean, how many they? I mean, they're starting 11 and their next 11. Their next 11 could qualify for the World Cup easily.
right.
They could honestly field 2 teams if they wanted.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk leagues now. Let's get into the major matchups. So, Premier League. I know we got Leeds and Uh, Spurs are at halftime tied up 1-1. So,
Yeah, and
uh,
Bournemouth won a big one yesterday, 3-1 over Fulham.
yeah.
I mean, your club's
How
got.
about Bournemouth?
I know,
Yeah,
unbelievable. I
yeah,
mean, they really are unbelievable. I mean, that's going to be a heck of a matchup. I mean, it really is. I mean, they're charging hard.
yep.
Who would have thought? Who would have thought and thunk it from them?
And then you got my club versus West Ham, hosting West Ham. So
I mean, they
that's
have West Ham's got a -8 goal differential. They're sitting in the relegation zone. This should be an Arsenal 4-5 nothing game, right?
I would hope. I would hope it's not a 1-0 or a draw. Yeah, I'm not gonna jinx it,
Don't
but
say
you
the B
draw.
word, Billy.
Yeah, that'd be terrible. So your club taking on Sunderland.
They should do well, even though Sunderland's ahead on points at 11. Manchester United sits on 7. I mean, they should be able to be competitive in this game and win it. But
Yeah,
knowing Manchester United as I do, it's probably a 2-1 loss. These are players that just won't play. They will not play. And after a
yeah,
while, you got rid of all your managers. Got rid of Ole. Ole's gone. Then you went to Ten Hag. Now you went to Amarin. Before that, you had a bunch of other goofy player. I mean, you got rid of David Moyes, who still can manage.
yeah.
He managed West Ham United. Now he's at he's at Everton. They're playing
Right,
well. So, I mean, there's no more Alex Ferguson, and that's what they're trying to reach for.
right.
And I don't think they found him. They had Louis van Gaal for a while. I mean, they just haven't had anybody that can get this club. I liked Ollie. Ollie was still my favorite because he understood the players. He played there.
Right.
I think and he understands how to run. Manchester United is like one of the top clubs in the world.
Yeah.
And they have been historically. Who's going to manage that? Who can manage that? I have no idea who can manage it. Because you're like the Yankees, you're like every other. You have City, you have Arsenal. You're supposed to be in the top 4. Is supposed to be Liverpool, City, United, and Arsenal. That's supposed to
Right.
be the top 4. Always, 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 always. But Manchester United has not been there for years.
No, and I mean they've had some glory days. Don't get me wrong. I mean days of Beckham and
Oh my God!
you know,
They've won. They've won the league. They have the record
right.
for winning the league.
Yeah.
And they have many UEFA championships. They're in a spot now. They have a lot of youth. They have a lot of talent. How do you pull that together? Now it's fitting the pieces in correctly, and they haven't had a
Right.
manager that's done that yet.
Right. I think this is going to be a very good matchup of the weekend. Obviously, Chelsea and Liverpool.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
12:30 today.
yeah. So I think that's one to watch. Um, listen, Liverpool just keeps getting it done. Keeps getting it done. You know.
No, I thought it was. It is Liverpool, Chelsea. Yeah,
Yeah.
who's City playing then? They got the bees. They
Yeah,
play
I believe so.
Brentford. Who cares? I mean, come on. That should be, but yeah, that is Chelsea. You're right. That's going to be. I mean, and that's a chance for Arsenal to get healthy, right?
Right.
Get yourself 3 points, and then maybe Liverpool coming off that loss, maybe they draw.
Right.
Chelsea's got plenty of talent.
Yeah, I mean they definitely do. Even though they're sitting at 8th, I mean they're still. I think they're better than what their record shows. I think.
Is
So,
Palmer playing? Because he was injured. Is he on for today?
I believe so. Yeah, I think he's back.
I'm
I
gonna see.
believe he is.
Yeah, matchups yet. If they have the. I'm just seeing if they have the lineups yet. But if he's in, that's a
I
big.
overheard. I think that I was just watching Morning Footy the other day, and I think they said he was going to be back in the lineup. So
Good.
All right, La Liga. Any games you're looking at this weekend?
La Liga. I don't.
I think Real Madrid and Real Madrid and Villarreal. I think Villarreal is going to be your matchup of the weekend. Don't you think?
Yeah, I don't see Valencia, Girona, Leverkusen, Oviada, Real, Sevilla, Barcelona could be good.
Yeah,
could be good.
Could be good. Yeah.
But yeah, probably Real. Anytime Real plays, I think that's probably your best bet. You're right.
Well, you got Real 6-0-1 and Villarreal 5-1-1. So I mean, that's your,
top clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
probably the best matchup there as I'm looking. Yeah, no doubt.
Bundesliga. What about that? What do you think about
the Bundesliga? Anytime Dortmund plays, I love to watch because I love Dortmund.
Dortmund and Leipzig, too evenly. Look at their records. I mean, they're very close record wise. 4-1-0 for Dortmund and 4-0-1 for Leipzig. So that's going to.
That's a 2-3 matchup. That's going to be the best.
Yeah, that's I think your best match of the weekend there.
There's
a couple other.
Only 2 points between Bayern and Dortmund. That's going to be exciting.
So
that's probably the best of that. How are St. Pauli doing? St. Pauli still doing?
Let's see.
They fell to 9th, but they're a win today puts them right back up there.
Yeah. Well, they're going. I think it's Bremen. I think they're going against today.
Vita Bremen.
Yeah, I think they're going against them today.
Yeah.
So
that should be a good game.
But yeah. MLS. Let's talk MLS for a little bit here. What do you think about
the last game in MLS for the season? The last is Saturday, October 18th. That's their last game of the year.
Yeah, so it's coming up. But you only got exactly 2 weeks. They'll be.
Yeah, so you have match day today, match day next week. So there's 3 games left. So they play 35 then? Is that right? 35 games?
Yeah, I think 35, 36, something like that.
Yeah, because they're going to play this week. And then they have next week, and they have, let's see how many more weeks. They got this weekend, they got 10, 11, and that's it. They got the 18th as the last day of the regular season. I mean, it's starting to form up, no doubt about it. I mean, you have the top 4 clinched in the East and the top 4 clinched in the West. So, I mean, there's not that many teams. A lot of teams are eliminated now, so I can't believe how bad the Galaxy are. That's embarrassing.
Oh, it's just I cannot believe that either. A team that won last year is the worst in the league this year. How does that happen? Like normally, you don't ever see that in any league happen too often, unless you have a complete overhaul of the team. But they really, I mean, they lost a couple guys. It's nothing like major.
No, they're very bad. That should not happen at all. I mean, it really shouldn't. I mean, they're sitting at how many points? They're sitting at 24 points, 1 point below DC United for the worst team in the league. That's actually shocking. But the East, I mean, the East is down to the final. They only have Columbus is slipping though, there, buddy.
Yeah, I know.
They gotta. I mean, 8 make it, right? 10 don't make it. 8 make it, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Oh, so they made it, or did they?
Yeah, I think they're at. Hold on, they're at. Let's see what
they're at 50 points.
Yeah, they're outside. They're at 9 right now. So
Actually, it's according to the
Chicago.
thing.
Chicago just made it.
Yeah, but they have an X by their name, so they've made it as well. Then, huh? So does that mean that 18 go through, or does somebody get a bye in that first round? I wonder. I wonder if they have. I don't know. I got to look at the seedings, but it says here that Columbus with an X by their name, so they've made the playoffs.
Okay, so it is 9. So you've got positions 1 through 7 has qualifies for the MLS Cup playoffs, round 1, best of 3. Positions 8 and 9 qualifies for the playoffs, wild card matches.
Oh, okay, so that's the one wild
So,
card game.
yeah, correct. Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So so they are right there. They are right.
They have to win a game to make it to the MLS playoffs.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
All right. So in MLS this weekend, a lot of teams that are kind of like Nashville against Montreal. Montreal's terrible.
Yeah.
Nashville's, up there. Your club, DC United versus Charlotte. I mean, that could be ugly.
So
Dallas
basically in the East, they're just fighting for positioning.
Correct.
Because, I mean, you go from Columbus at 50 and to Miami at 56. That's only 2 games with 3 to go. And
right.
Miami they recalled Messi and somebody else for their national team duties.
Yeah.
So this is really tight, man. You can go from Columbus. Columbus can make it all the way up if they win out. And other people they could be out of that playoff game.
Yeah. I'm looking. I think one of the good matchups this week is the Philadelphia Union versus NYCFC. I mean, you've got Philly at 19-6-7, and you got NYCFC at 17-5-10. Pretty good matchup there.
Yeah,
Orlando
and difference.
Yeah, Orlando and Columbus, I think, is going to be good.
Yeah. That's a huge game because if Columbus wins that shoots them up to 53 and gets them out of that wild card.
Right. Seattle and Portland, I think, is going to be good. Very two evenly record teams there.
Yeah.
I mean, there's Salt Lake and Colorado, almost the same amount of wins. Colorado drew more than what, but that's going to be a pretty good match.
And the West has 12 teams still available. That's pretty awesome.
So
that's going to be because it's only 36 points at Houston, who's at the bottom, but there's only 10 points difference between Seattle and Houston. But I mean, these games are all going to be must-win games for all those teams.
Yeah. Got a comment here. Just popped up. Okay.
Wow, like an Eagle Podcast.
Like an Eagle Podcast reposted the stream. Okay, nice.
Very nice.
Let's talk NWSL. Anything?
I just read one of their national team members is coming back for the domestic league.
North Carolina, Louisville. That'll be a good matchup, I think.
Yeah,
I think that's today.
It's Murphy is signing with Boston. Is who's coming back. But yeah, I mean my team, Washington Spirit, yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Houston and Orlando drew last night. And today you've got North Carolina and Louisville, Portland versus Bay FC. You got Washington and San Diego tomorrow, Chicago and Utah, and then Gotham and Seattle. It's the late game.
Yeah, they sit at 14 teams now. I wonder if the expansion, if they're going to go to 2 different East and West type thing, because right now it's just 1, which I think is kind of cool.
Yeah,
and it's very European. Just to go with 1. So, I mean,
all right. Any other leagues that we want to cover? Anything else?
No, I think we hit pretty much.
Serie A. I mean, anything Serie A jump out at you?
No, I was reading earlier. Not really. I mean, they always do the American matchup, but Pulisic is, he's fine and healthy. He's playing.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, I think we hit it all, man. I can't believe how good Kansas City is in the NWSL again.
Oh my God, how about that, huh? They're
15 points clear.
what, 8? Yeah, I know. Isn't that something? I mean, they're pretty
Yeah,
much ran away with it there.
yeah.
So they're a good club. So, but yeah, I mean, this MLS playoffs, man. I mean, I know our counterparts over there in Philly. I know Pat Bernard and um,
They got to be happy.
yeah. I mean, Steve Fuentes. I know that they're cover the union pretty good. Um, like I said, they got to be happy with everything. I think the MLS playoffs are going to be. I think these next couple of weeks until the 18th. Man, I mean, you're going to talk about some like you could have a lot of like position seating here that changes and like it's going to be interesting. Like I mean,
Yeah, the
these
movement
next
is
two
unbelievable.
yeah these next 2 weeks are very pivotal for these teams. I mean, one loss or one win can put you can either knock you out or set you up for a decent seed in the playoffs here. So it'll be interesting. I think it's going to be it's pretty close this year. I would say, don't you think? It's
Well,
as
yeah, the West is tight, but the movement that could happen in the East as well. I
right,
mean, it's razor thin from 3 to 9 is only 6 points. That's 2 victories. So I
yeah,
think in that side too, they're almost wins, right? Yeah,
right,
Miami's got a game in hand. Orlando's got a game in hand. So, but they're playing either Atlanta or Toronto, so should be easy wins for them.
right.
But in the West, Vancouver's got a game in hand. Seattle's got a game in hand. Austin's got a game in hand, and then Dallas and Salt Lake have a game. Yeah, so yeah, and the Galaxy have a game in hand. So somebody gets to play the Galaxy, which should be an easy win. But it's going to
Well,
be. It's going to come right down to it. It's going to be good domestically.
yeah. I mean, all I'm saying, like last year, you had a lot more. It was a lot tighter. It was a lot tighter. It was a lot. Or I'm not. I'm sorry. It was a lot less tighter. It was
Yeah,
more. You had a lot. You had a
definitive.
lot of teams that have really separated themselves.
Yeah.
This year, it's like, hey, these last 2 weeks, it's it's a free for all from 1 through 9.
Oh yeah. No
You could have Columbus go on a bender here and win a couple matches and be up in the up at 2 and 3.
Yeah.
So
There's no
but
doubt about that. I mean,
so.
it's going to be interesting, definitely.
Yeah, and I want to see what Miami does. I mean, it's just this
Well,
like
they're
I
out
said
without
this
Messi right now, so
right. I know this international duty stuff could really hurt them, but hey, I mean, hey, every team goes through it. I mean, all these
right.
teams have to deal with this. It's not like it's exclusive to one team. I mean, it's but we'll see how that happens. But the international duty trumps your league, and that's how it is. So
I got a final question for you. This is my
what's
final
up?
question for you. So we sit in our domestic league with a different way of doing the scheduling and everything, and we're always trying to go to the European style, right? All that stuff. Do you think the European leagues are looking at our playoffs and saying, "Hey, that's a good idea," because it would make them gobs of cash, or do they think they look at it and say, these players have played already so long, they need time off? Do you think they'll ever look at a playoff?
I don't know. I mean, that's a very good question. I think I mean, it makes it more exciting. I think for sure.
Well,
I mean,
domestically, it would make a ton of money.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, absolutely. I mean, I think it's more of tradition. To be honest with you,
Yeah.
uh, it, when you look at it, European football and in other, you know, I mean, they have that model of points and just um, whoever has the most at the end of the season is crowned the champion. Whereas here, it's like we kind of adapted the playoff system from other sports, right? Football, American football, basketball. I mean, things like that. Hockey. It's baseball. That's kind of what we've kind of adopted that playoff system from all of our other sports, which I think it's great. I mean, I think it's better, to be honest with you, because it just it well, I'll give you an example. A few years ago, Columbus,
Yeah.
right? I mean, if that would have been if you would have had the European model, Columbus would have finished where they were at, right? They were like at
Yep.
5, 6. they would have finished where they're at, Whereas, they got into playoffs and they were given a shot to, they kind of flew under the radar, and they ended up getting some teams at vulnerable spots. Cincinnati was banged up when they faced them, and they were able to win it all. So from that standpoint, I think it's better. I just think it's better, and I think maybe they do look at that. But I think a lot of them are traditionalists, and they don't want to.
Yeah, they constantly resist change. You're right.
Yeah, like in something like that, they're probably not going to change that, because it's been like that, especially in the Premier League. It's been like that since 18. They've had that model, so it's not it's not like they're going to be like, oh, well, we're going to adopt this playoff.
Yeah,
it's not going to happen. I don't think so. But all right, everybody, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate it. We'll be back next week. Then like I said, we've got some good matchups this weekend. Enjoy that, and we will talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in.